Good morning. Welcome to the First Religious Society Unitarian Universalist in Newburyport, Massachusetts. I'm Dee Dee Allen, and I'm privileged to serve as your worship associate this morning. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We are glad you are here. If you're new and would like to connect, please fill out one of the blue cards in your pew and put it in the collection plate. We come together at FRS in person and online, committed to love, peace, and justice. Our mission and our invitation to all of you is to come as you are, journey together in love, act with courage, transform our world. If you're worshiping online and would like to access this morning's order of service, please click on the link just below the live stream. If you'd like a large print order of service or hymnal, please ask an usher and they'll be happy to help you. Please take a moment to review your order of service for all the activities happening this week. In particular, I highlight our monthly music and poetry service led by Reverend Rebecca and Nick Place will take place this Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. here in the sanctuary. The theme of the service is celebration and cheer in honor of St. Patrick's Day. Today at noon in the lower meeting house, the Anti-Racism Initiative and Immigration Justice Team will hold a screening of Hello Privilege, It's Me, Chelsea, a documentary where comedian Chelsea Handler explores how white privilege has shaped her life and career. Grounded in our commitment to dismantle white supremacy, we will use this film as a catalyst to examine the unearned advantages that are often invisible to those who hold them. Join us for pizza and conversation on how we can move from awareness to accountability in pursuit of racial justice. Please note that the documentary is for mature audiences and childcare will be available. Today, after the service in Parish Hall, we'll have a special coffee to celebrate our new members, and there will be cake. Every Sunday, it's a blessing we can be together, so let's give it to ourselves, and once again, it's good to be together.
It is indeed good to be together. And I'm giving some of you telepathic messages like, Paul and Amy, it's later. It is so good to be here on this sunny, beautiful Sunday where we welcome new, beautiful members into this congregation as has been done for 300 years. Our call to worship this morning is entitled Welcome Home by Rachel Rott. Welcome home. Welcome, you questioners, seekers of truth with a capital T, pilgrims longing for sanctuary, travelers needing harbor from the storm. Welcome those who are holding on by a thread, determined breakers of the chains of loneliness and isolation. You pushed through your fear because something told you you deserve to belong. Welcome home. Welcome those who braid ropes again and again. You've been there for our siblings who were just hanging on. You gave them a hand into community and told them they could rest here. Welcome, you who seek spiritual and religious community for your children and your grandchildren. You entrust your young people here, and we as a community commit to nurture and to respect them. Welcome, children and youth. You give us the gift of your wisdom, your joy, your curiosity, and your trust, that we will hold all of it safe. Welcome. Welcome home. How do we make this tender place wider? How do we stretch into a bolder welcome, a radical generosity of heart? Can you imagine yourselves, the stewards and ushers, not only into this space, but into our circle of belonging? Can you commit and recommit to being accountable to one another as an anti-racist, anti-oppressive community, that centers marginalized voices, that listens to those voices, especially when what they're saying can be hard to hear. Can you be willing to change? Can we break our agreements with one another? Can we offer amends? Can we be humble and generous? There's grace enough here. There is in this place, online as well as in person, the possibility of healing, of repair, of making things right within ourselves, between us, and with the wider world. There is in this place possibility. Welcome home. Let's rise in body or in spirit and join together in our opening hymn, number 188, Come, Come, Whoever You Are.
You may be seated. And I'm going to invite members of our membership team up to light our chalice. And please join in saying our chalice lighting words together. They're printed in your orders of service. We gather this hour as people of faith with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning in celebration of the life we share together.
Each week, we also light 2 candles of peace, representing 2 places on earth that need peace. And as we say each time we gather, we know that there are untold numbers of places on earth that need peace. So these 2 we will hold in our hearts through this service and the week ahead. I will mention a location, we'll sit together in silence, and then I invite us all to respond by saying peace in 3 languages: peace, salam, shalom. Our first candle this morning is lit for that place that has been occupying the most space in your head, in your heart, in your worries, concerns, hopes, or despairs, in your rage, that place. Knowing collectively we are holding so many places that need peace. And to this we respond, peace, salam, shalom. Our second candle this morning is lit for places of worship. Maybe outside, maybe in a temple or a mosque or a church. Maybe the place you were raised, maybe the place that caused pain. Maybe the place that taught you what it means to love your neighbor. But as we welcome our new members, may we honor the diverse and pluralistic paths from which we all come. Some that hold pain, some that hold joy, but let us hold all the places of our own spiritual and religious experiences in our hearts and minds and bodies at this time. And to this we respond, peace, salam, shalom. Let's rise in body, word, and spirit and join in our affirmation of faith, followed by the doxology. The words can be found in your order of service. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest of truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humankind in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other and with God. You may be seated.
Good morning. Hi, I'm Elizabeth Shepard. Please bear with me. Nearly 46 years ago, I was carried to this chancel and dedicated by Reverend Bertrand Steeves. 8 years later, on Youth Sunday, I was handed my very own Holy Bible, New International Version, by then Director of Religious Education, Patricia Wells Knowles. A scant 6 years after that, Reverend Steeves handed me a hardcover illustrated copy of Desiderata by Max Ehrman, and my religious education was complete. Desiderata begins, "Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence." Well, there was no place more silent than my parents' house on a Sunday morning when the rest of the family had dutifully left for church. And at that time, I felt I had learned what I needed to know about religion from the very capable Sunday school volunteers, and I would be better served by a few extra hours of sleep. Then followed 28 years of Easter and Christmas Unitarianism. My relationship to FRS UU remained constant but stunted. I went off into the world and considered myself a UU in good standing, but never sought a congregation in any of the places I lived. Why would I? I already had a church. I moved across the country and across the ocean and never questioned my role in this community. I was born here. In 2022, my husband Skylar and I decided to move back to Amesbury, my hometown, our 2 sons in tow. We naturally came to my home church as well, driven by my fond memories and my parents' constant and unwavering dedication to this community. For the past few years, I've behaved here like the daughter home for a visit. Glad to be here, but guarded, hesitant to stay in one place and put down my own roots. But the more time I spend in our beloved community, the more I realize that I have to do more and give more and be here for the congregation that has always been here for me. Take kindly the counsel of the years Ehrman advises, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. This community exists because people, all of you and all of those before you, gave their time, their energy, and not a little money to sustain this spiritual home so that people like me might have the opportunity to return. And for that, I am truly grateful. And today, I am honored to join FRSUU and go from being a daughter of this church to a member of this church.
I am Elizabeth Shepherd's little brother, Teddy Speck. My sister is a very difficult act to follow, and when she shared with me what she was going to say today, I had to throw everything I had written out. But I've been following Elizabeth all of my life, to her great annoyance. I always wanted the things that she had, including, what was it, My Mermaid? Her favorite stuffed companion, which I brought to my preschool and lost. Yeah. I followed my sister into a love of words, into a love of poetry. I remember, I think you were probably 10 and I was 8, and you wrote a poem in language that I thought was reserved for our parents that made a walk in the woods profound. I think you rhymed rain with again. It's like, whoa. Yeah, right? Into a love of humor, from The Simpsons to Monty Python to Eddie Izzard, into a love of performance and theater, another thing that I unceremoniously snatched from your hands. And you can all imagine how lucky and excited I was when my sister moved back here, so that I could follow her example in marrying my soulmate, in raising 2 children here. Both of our eldest are missing today because of birthday parties, so they're following each other as well. In this one thing, I got here first. I became a member 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I got here first. Yeah. But as a dutiful younger brother tagging along at her heels, and since she said everything I could possibly want to say today, I can only repeat my older sister. We are honored to be the children of Ann Verrett Speck and Forrest Speck. We are so lucky to have been raised in this beloved community, and we are so proud to get to carry this beloved community forward, beginning by pledging an extra 12% over what we all gave last year. Thank you.
Thank you both. That was a beautiful setup, especially for New Member Sunday, so excellent work. I want to invite now, we're going to do our new member ritual. So there are 10 of you who I know are going to be here, but I also want to open the invitation if you feel so moved. If today is the right day for you to become a member, Diane Foreman is up here. She has the official form that you must sign to become a member. I have gift bags and roses, so I want to invite all of our new folks to come forward, and you'll say your name, and children of their grown-ups are welcome to come too, since we love having children here, because they will probably come. Yes, they can't vote, Elizabeth is pointing out. You have to wait a little longer to vote here. I'm going to hand the mic to you.
Okay. I, again, am Elizabeth Shepherd, and this is my husband, Skylar, and my son, Walter.
I'm Diane Fraser, I'm Diane Fraser's husband. My name's Chris Fraser.
I'm Amanda Todd.
Jennifer Donsbach.
I'm Allison Otis.
I'm Alex Gardner.
I'm Jennifer Loveland Rose.
I'm Caitlin Erickson and my son Elliot.
Yeah, Lee Rollins.
Can we squeeze up here so everyone can see you? And Jennifer, I believe, when you're ready, can squeeze up here. I am trying to be out of your way, and I bet Linda and Ken and Nancy I'm not. So maybe I'll go over here. Linda Lou.
We good, everybody? Thank you, everybody. So now we are going to say our words of promise making, since we are a covenantal people. And so when we gather for important things, we remember the promises we make to care for each other and be cared for in return. So these words are printed in your orders of service, and all you all have to say is, we do.
So to the newest members of FRS UU, do you promise to bring your whole self to this congregation? This includes sharing your beauty, your gifts and talents, your pains, and the parts of you in need of healing, so that we may grow stronger as a congregation and more whole in our shared humanity.
Do you bring a commitment to the principles of Unitarian Universalism?
Do you bring a commitment to community?
Do you bring a commitment to love?
And now to our other members, if you would please rise in body or in spirit. As we are welcoming and opening the circle wider, let's each all look at one another. This is the congregation of the First Religious Society Unitarian Universalist. Members of the First Religious Society, do you welcome these new members into your church community, covenanting to walk together with them in your shared spiritual and life journeys?
Do you promise to be open to what they bring to this beloved church community?
Will you seek to be in right relationship with them and all who may follow them through these doors?
Children and youth especially, do you welcome these new members and their children to our community? Will you share your gifts, love, and light with them? And will you get to know their gifts, love, and light?
And if everyone else can please rise in body or in spirit, so we are all here together online and in person. To everyone who is gathered here today, are you open to the possibilities that love brings?
Please join me in greeting our newest members. We welcome you, our new members, and celebrate our
this beloved community. Everyone, please remain standing, and let's join together in our traditional hymn, number 311, for our new members, Let It Be a Dance. may be seated.
The generosity of our community is an essential ministry that supports the work of the church, both in Newburyport and beyond. Each week, 50% of the Sunday offering not designated as pledge goes to a local community partner engaged in important efforts to transform our region. Our community partner this month is Among Friends. The Among Friends meal program provides over 120 meals free each week, 3 days a week, which amounted to over 18,000 meals in 2024. Their all-volunteer program prepares and serves nutritious, home-cooked meals, offering free delivery, takeout, indoor dining options to their guests from Newburyport, Newbury, West Newbury, Salisbury, and Amesbury. Due to federal cutbacks in grants to food programs, they need to raise funds to cover shortfalls. The FRS Community Outreach Committee also organizes a team of volunteers 5 times a year to prepare and package meals. To give online, please use the link in your order of service or below the live stream. You can also make a contribution by text, and of course, you can always mail in a check to the church. This is also our annual campaign season. We also ask anyone who has their pledge card with them to come forward to the chancel during the offering, where Teddy and Elizabeth will gratefully receive your card. We also want to thank Paula Renda and Amy Talkert for their gifts of their artistry, as seen in the beautiful tree of our community hanging on the sanctuary door. Thank you, Amy and Paula. The offering will now be gratefully received. Thank you.
It's sun in the dark of the night.
Thank you, Nick. This is a time in our service where we pause to lift up the joys and the sorrows, the hopes and the dreams of this beloved faith community. Jean Lanham, our pastoral care associate this morning, will light candles as I read what has been shared with me in advance of today's service. If you'd like to share a joy or a sorrow, you can always send an email to betweenus@frsu.org or to me, or write in our journal, which is always located in the vestibule as you enter into the building each Sunday. Let us gather.
Open my heart to be a sanctuary, all made holy, loved and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
This morning we light a candle of thanks and remembrance for the passing, well, let me start at the beginning. Steve, Eileen, Matt, and Bella Costello and their whole family ask that we light a candle of thanks and remembrance for the passing of Steve's mother, Gladys, last Sunday, March 8th. You know, they write, Gladys could have been and done anything in this life, and luckily for Steve and his 3 brothers, she was their mom. Luckily for Matt, Bella, and their cousins, she was their grandmother. Luckily for Eileen, she was the mother-in-law who loved her like the daughter she never had. Mom will be missed, they say, but she knew we loved her, and we knew she loved us. We take comfort in the belief that she's been reunited with Steve's dad and her beloved brothers, sister, and parents. We light another candle of remembrance for the Reverend Van Knight, who was the retired minister of the UU Church of Greater Lynn in Swampscott, whose life ended this past week with medical assistance in Canada, where he had been living since his retirement. We have, I love how this was shared with me. We have, sorry, I'm getting there, an ouch moment to share from the funduses. Lighting a candle and welcoming the congregation's healing thoughts for Ben, who's home recovering from a bike fall last Monday that left him with several broken ribs and a broken clavicle. Ouch. We're grateful for the care, Becca writes, that he's received from paramedics and hospital staff in Amesbury and Portsmouth. And our hearts are beyond warmed by his sister Allison, who changed her plans to help out over the weekend and even made a pie for Pie Day to lift his spirits. It's Academy Awards Day, so we'll share that there's a line from one battle after another that's popping up in our house right now with renewed frequency. It's a single word that, as appropriate, when Leonardo DiCaprio says, after an exasperating phone call, as it is when your bike hits a snag in the road and slides out from under you, life. Yes. We also light a candle of joy. And this candle is a joy because the twins, The twins who came here at a very young age, not even 2 years old in the Mazzari family, next Saturday or this Saturday are turning 8 years old. And Lee says, our little munchkins are growing up so fast. And don't we all know that? So for them, we wish them a beautiful and beloved 8th birthday. And for all of the joys and all of the sorrows that, although unspoken, are held in just as much love and care, we light a final candle. Let us join our voices.
Open my heart to be a sanctuary, all made holy, loved and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
Please join me now in a spirit of prayer, meditation, and contemplation as I open and invite us all to answer one simple question before we sit together in 2 or 3 minutes of shared communal silence. What is it your heart needs to hear? Hear those words now. May it be so. Amen.
Thank you, choir. The power of commitment. 25 years ago, my husband Anthony and I sought a spiritual home that reconciled our pasts with our hopes for ourselves and our children. I was raised in a large Catholic family, I'm the last of 8, where faith was central, and Anthony in particular struggled with doctrines such as original sin. We found answers at FRS, a community that replaces the dogma of cleansing children with the beauty of welcoming them through the child dedications and the nurturing through our Whole Lives program. For years, I was a participant, perhaps like Elizabeth, sitting in that balcony with wiggly children, helping with coffee hour and attending committees. But recently, a convergence of powerful influences led me to finally become a card-carrying member. In fact, it was just a few years ago with Teddy. Chief among these was the leadership of Reverend Rebecca. For me, she has led with love, courage, and inclusion, and she cured me of my ambivalence, and she inspired a deeper commitment on my part to our shared values of caring for one another. Joining the FRS UU is important for my family and for all of us because we represent a power greater than ourselves. While the outside world feels fractured, perhaps by the abuse of power, this congregation offers a respectful and functional model of accountability. And we're invited to come here as we are without bias, to solve real-life problems and to act in a space of peace and kindness. Now more than ever, by officially joining, we move from the sidelines into a shared creed of commitment, ensuring our wholesome community continues to act as a compass for all of us. Thank you.
As we've heard today, there are lots of ways to belong in this community, to come to call this place home. Elizabeth and Teddy and Dee Dee shared their own stories of how they came to be a member of this community, and I'm sure many of you have your own stories of that grappling and searching, wondering if you found the right place here. Maybe you've been coming here for decades, or you signed the membership book just today, or today's your very first day here. Wherever you are on your journey, I'm glad you found your way here. As the assistant minister here, I'm the one who meets with new folks who are looking for ways to get involved at FRS, wondering, what is this Unitarian Universalism thing? Is it right for me? Should I become a member? And often one of the questions that comes up is, am I allowed to be a member? Or more essentially, am I allowed to belong here? And I can say, without knowing any of the specifics, as long as you're over 15, you can become a member, right? The answer is always yes, and if you're under 15, then you're also welcome, you just can't vote. And then the follow-up to this question is often some variation of, but is there anything I need to do first? And the answer to that is the only thing that you need to do is choose to be here, to choose this place as your community and offer yourself to it. Many traditions have a conversion process, which is sort of what this question is about, but we UUs do not. As Universalists, we can't say, come as you are, and then add an asterisk saying, but really you have to go through this set of steps first, right? So this idea of conversion, that you have to change from one thing to another in order to belong, is rendered nonsensical within Unitarian Universalism. And that does mean that UU identity can be a little squishy, right? It can be a little loosey-goosey. I will confess that I am also a lifelong UU, but it wasn't until I realized this whole minister thing was gonna happen that I really accepted being a UU as part of my core identity. But being a UU and being a member of this congregation aren't one and the same. Elizabeth set me up so beautifully, unknowingly. See, our history is such that early New England colonies were formed around churches, which served both as houses of worship and as town halls. So being a member of the church and being a voting member of the town were essentially one and the same. And though we now have this separation between church and state, signing our congregational membership book, or form technically here, is less conversion and more voter registration. Truly. But more than that, it's a promise to engage. It's a choice to be here in this place. It does make one eligible to vote at the annual meeting and to serve in elected positions like on the Board of Trustees. But membership is about choosing this congregation in particular as your own place, as your own home. And there are all kinds of different ways that religious bodies are organized. Some have bishops, some have popes. Both of those are these sort of top-down systems in which decisions and power come from on high. But as Unitarian Universalists, we are Congregationalists through and through, which is a bottom-up power structure. So that means that you, the congregation, are the ones with the power. You are the ones who have a say in how this congregation works. FRS is a self-governing organization. It is also a self-funded organization, if you haven't filled out your pledge card. And it is in becoming a member that you enact your right to vote. Because this is a religious body organized around the idea that the people should indeed have the power, that your agency and your ideas matter, that you can and you shall be trusted with governing your own spiritual home. Isn't that refreshing in the world as it is right now? So in becoming members, you commit yourself to that task. You take ownership of this place as your community and claim yourselves as belonging in this congregation. But that is not the only way to belong here or to be a Unitarian Universalist, because we don't make requirements, right? As I said, there is no one telling you how you must be, that your welcome here comes with conditions. It does not. You are welcome here as you are. Member or friend, newcomer or skeptic, we are Universalists and will call no one unworthy of belonging. We ask simply that you strive to live in line with our covenant, with our guiding principles, and we ask this knowing that we're all human, that we will fall short of our ideals, and yet this striving for goodness together, it remains a worthy endeavor. Because in this house, we belong to each other, and today is a day for celebrating that, for remembering the commitment we make and we receive when we call this congregation home. A day for remembering what belonging here has meant in our own lives, for remembering all the people who have made the congregation what it is today. It is all of you who make this place so joyful, so kind, and so vibrant. Your blessing, your presence here, however you come, is a blessing. It is you who make this place home. And we do this new member ritual twice each church year to recognize all of our new members. But I want to offer this day as an invitation to all of you every time we do this service, that you may recall your own choice to belong here. I hope you remember that journey that led you to this place. I hope you remember why you continue to choose this community. I hope you remember the promise to offer care and to receive care when you need it. Because a building without its people is not a congregation. So yes, you're allowed to belong here. All you have to do is choose this place as your own. So, I invite you now to join your voices in song. Please rise in body or in spirit for our closing hymn, number 318, We Would Be One.
Please remain standing, and let's join together in our unison benediction as Dee Dee extinguishes the chalice. The words can be found in your order of service. May the love which overcomes all differences, which heals all wounds, which puts to flight all fears, which reconciles all who are separated, be in us and among us, now and always. I just would like to invite everyone again to coffee hour, which this morning will be in the parish hall, including a cake to celebrate and welcome our new members. And then again, an invitation for real. If you were here last Sunday, I messed this one up. We actually are having the movie downstairs at noon that will help us advance and commit to our anti-racism, and also pizza as well, and childcare, if that is helpful. So my friends, before we leave this space, may we go remembering that we belong. We belong to life. We belong to each other. We belong not only here in this beloved congregation, but we belong to the world, because each and every one of us is a part of what makes the world go round. How we are, what we offer, not in huge deeds, but in our eyes, smiles, forgiveness, kind words, remembering that each and every one of us truly is doing what we can and bringing the very best that we have to offer. So may we be generous in spirit. May we be kind in our thoughts, starting with ourselves, so that each and every person and critter and creature we meet, we bring the same welcome, the same greeting, and the same love. Go in peace, my friends. Return again in great joy. Amen, and blessed be.
Hold on. as we roll down this unfamiliar road.